T-Panda loves
The thing is
Phoenix.
that I'm pretty sure Misery plays this 4. And of course, they most likely play this on both Chessie and Jibbe as well. It would push the Phoenix to 5, though. I'm not like the biggest fan of Phoenix 5. It's decent lane secure, but only if the enemy lane is actually, you have a decent matchup into their offlaner as your carry already, because the Phoenix is mostly going to be trading with the support anyway. And
True.
there is an Underlord. So Empire also covering themselves for a potential TB pick. They're saying no Illusion Heroes here. And Illusion Heroes are kind of the only big carries that are left here.
10 seconds to pick.
Like the late gamers, unless they want to go Spectre.
5
And then still, I like Underlord just as an anti-carry type of hero, not just because of the way that you get to really control team fights with like buy a BKB or get rooted all the time, but the percentage health burn is also huge. This man scales so nicely because of that.
Yeah, there's like some of the best heroes to really counter Underlord in the lane banned out, like Drow, for example. The Arc Warden too. These are two great heroes who fight against this Underlord, so comes into a very good spot to pick this hero too.
So 5-man, you want an Ursa? I would respect the hell out of an Ursa pick right here.
It's kind of like
it's anti-mage.
It's kind of like if we go back a few patches, you see Phoenix Mars, you would see Lycan come in, but Lycan's like dog trash right now, so they would just pick anti-mage instead, who's looking like a strong hero right now. AM's alright. Kind of semi-ignores the Underlord. He can live with him. These two can coexist together in the same lane.
Seconds remain.
Yeah, I mean, you burn all of Underlord's mana, and then he doesn't cast any spells anymore, but you also definitely don't get to kill him.
Yeah.
Man's too big. And as for the Juggernaut matchup, it's an interesting one. I definitely do think that Anti-Mage gets the upper hand after a while, but into ultra late game, Juggernaut might scale better again.
Radiance ban.
At the very least, though, it's not the kind of hero where Anti-Mage says, oh man, I can't man fight this guy ever. They can definitely go mano a mano, with neither of them being, really big burly boys anyway.
TA and Jakiro, what do 5-man want to get rid of here? There's still a bit of time. Seconds in reserve. So if they got rid of the TA, I don't think they don't need to get rid of LC. They don't need to get rid of Abaddon. What about the Wind Rangers? Wind Rangers still out there? Because that is still an AM counter. I'm not sure if they want to ban that hero, though. Empire could easily just grab Wind Ranger again and put it core this time. Lich ban. Wait, hang on.
Yeah, I don't think that this is Pila die last, so avoid Spirit mid most likely. Because Kunkka and TA both.
Yeah. Really obviously, they're looking for a support. The last with Jakiro and Lich, I'm just like, Lich?
Yeah.
Pugna?
5 seconds remain.
Ooh.
No, I don't see Pugna AM working. I mean, yes, it could work, but... No.
I'm going to give that one to, it was Mud Golems, wasn't it?
Team are now picking.
Witch Doctor.
Witch Doctor. Yes.
The Bush Doctor is back. Yeah, fits in well.
He's definitely going to help that anti-mage stay in lane. He's got a lot of extra team fight with him. And of course,
10 seconds to pick.
These heroes on Team Empire, most of them need to walk in fairly close in order to get the right clicks off, apart from the Mirana. So it's going to be very annoying working into that coconut.
Wow, that was an amazing way to say coconut.
Yeah, coconut.
Coconut.
I don't know where my accent went. I used to speak really neat English.
I was waiting for the cocoa.
Before I went to SCA, and then to Russia, and then to Texas, and then to Finland.
There was a tiny moment here in the draft that we were expecting Kips to say coconut, but no, not today, not this time.
Coconut.
So, I don't finish.
Oh wait,
but...
my hair's on the other side.
where's my hair? Oh, don't have any hair. All right, we're finished with the drafts. Let's do a transition. Ta-da! And 5 men. Witch Doctor AM. We've got Team Empire with Slurd Eater and Underlord with their last picks here. So, 2-0 or 1-1. I'm feeling 5 men now.
I do like this lineup from 5 men a lot more. This one is, you know, I was talking before, if you want to play 4+1, you gotta have a nice gelling together 4. And Phoenix Mars, Void Spirit, Witch Doctor, they have double healing support, 2 cores that really like going in. They have a ton of burst damage, control. Yeah, let's go. And Team Empire is going to really have to balance seeing if they can fight into that and if they want to bring the Juggernaut in or not. Because Juggernaut can fight earlier, but you run the risk, of course, of getting underfarmed compared to an anti-mage. So a lot of this is down to how Smiling Knight wants to play towards that later game matchup.
Yeah. Question, yes or no? Juggernaut, Mask of Madness.
In this game?
Yeah.
No.
I would say yes.
Yeah. I'm actually kind of expecting him to mirror the Battle Fury.
All right. Because the reason why I'm putting this in is because Mask of Madness with Omni Slash. Just for that reason alone. Arm speed, the lifesteal, the insane attack speed while Omni slashing someone. So I say yes for Mask of Madness. So we might not see it. We might see the Battle Fury. We might even see Midas. Why the hell? Because everybody else is building it. But I say Mom.
You see, Mom. I say he already has Bloodlust. I don't think he's going to be building attack speed all that much.
Okay, back to video games.
Go when ready. Resume pause. Okay.
He realized he left an egg boiling.
We actually had one person 5 years ago when I was studying game designing. I was more doing like the audio technical side. So like some people yesterday watching the stream might have listened to me play some music during the break, some of the music that I've made. I also actually made a OST. So I made a soundtrack for like gaming, but it's not like for a specific game. It's just out there. So we had this one person at our school dormitory, and she actually went in the middle of the night after a party to make an omelet or something. And we had these ovens that you have to put a timer on it for the oven to work. And the oven would also heat up the lid, not the lids, but what's on top of the... You have the oven and then you have the circles on top of the... What the heck is it called? Oh my god.
Oh, you mean the stove?
The stoves, yeah, the stove. Oh my god,
okay,
stove.
So
yeah. So for the stoves to work, man, my story's already ruined here. So we would find her in the morning, still actually she passed out in front of the oven with her hand still hanging from the pan and a very black omelet inside that pan. She burnt it and passed out with that omelet still inside it, and we just went there to wake her up, like, hey, how long you been here? And just like he was starting to wake up. I was like, have you been sleeping this whole time? And just like, I wanted something to eat. And then she looked at the omelet and just like, oh no. But that can happen. Thank God we had a 2-hour timer on it. Otherwise we would have probably burnt down the entire building.
Oh yeah. Well, that's dangerous actually.
Yeah, but
I mean,
no harm happened. Nobody died.
No. I mean, I've burned eggs just because I was, gaming. So who am I to judge?
That's the classic.
Like, I was awake. I wasn't even passed out, and I still didn't notice the burning smell,
Yes. Too intense of a game that you just can't forget it.
Oh, yeah.
I got a last hit, like... can't leave the farming rotation when the pizza's turning black in the oven. It's like, oh no, it's getting burnt. But hey, it's good carcinogens. They're healthy, right?
Yeah, the black bits are the most nutritious.
Anyway, 30 seconds into the game, and Empire is still leading the series 1-0. If they can pull this win against 5 men, that would be very important for their statistics and their standings here in the groups, because Empire is 2-10. So they've won 2, they've lost 10 maps. Now they've won their 3rd, they win their 4th. they might still have a chance fighting for the upper bracket spots. But all you need to do is be in the top 8. The last team will drop out.
And it would be an important upset just for their mentality as well, because 5-man is ranked higher by pretty much everyone. Like, I expected going into this series that it was going to be a 2-0. So,
Yeah.
let's go Empire. Show us what you're made of.
I came
At the very least, they have put their Underlord mid.
You die.
Gotta love it.
Yep. Mid Underlord. Seen it once today. Worked out decently. Was the Khan game, if I remember correctly, where
Yep. That was Mio. He
yeah.
really loves playing these pushers mid, whether that is Death Prophet or the Underlord. And he really likes abusing how tanky he is.
The first time I got to play against an Underlord mid was literally when Underlord was released and we had Wagamama play against us in the mid lane. I was playing with, you remember Siu from ex-Helsinki Reds?
Yep.
Yep, so we played with him and a couple of in real life friends, and we were just like having fun with Delzor's techies and stuff, and we would just ruin Wagamama's game. Like, I remember he was streaming also at the same time, but he wasn't enjoying his game. But I have to say, like, in the first 15 minutes, the amount of farm he had with like the Firestore farming into the top, and he was exactly playing on the dire side, so he would literally go here and then go back to mid. So you got top jungle mid, top jungle mid, top jungle mid. Just keep on rinsing and repeating that, and you can get a lot of farm with this hero very fast.
Oh yeah, and he becomes a big monster. Like, if he parks himself somewhere, you can't really kill him.
Yeah.
Especially not if he has time to build that atrophy aura up.
But I remember we won that game.
So proud.
Yeah, but that was the only time I ever got to play against an Underlord mid, so it never ever happened after that. CIS is sliding pretty well into 5-men's favor. All 3 are a tad bit ahead. Well, so far. Knight's got 9. Got 8 for the Underlord, 7 for the Slardar. But this is pretty good for Xibe here, that the wave is in a very good spot. This is difficult for Eknar to try and connect from the hard camp, especially when the hard camp has just been used on the previous pull. So 5-men have good control in this top lane.
Yep. And Ogre, even though he is the champion of all harassers, he still has to waddle all the way up to Misery to actually trade with him, which is uncomfortable. So Xibe gets to have pretty much a 1v1 versus Smiling Knight, which is something that, you know, in a melee matchup, Mars loves that.
Try and go for it here, and Eknar just gonna live through this and maybe spear Smiling Knight away, but Misery will burn the Ogre alive. Really will pick up first blood here. Or 5-men.
Very well played, and that's been... At level 2 it starts to deal damage, but you can often just fight through it. If you run away and don't hit the jug back, that's when he really wins usually.
Yeah. You gotta trade back somehow. The moment when Mars gave 0 hoots, right? This is the spear though on the Juggernaut. Another spin available for Smiling Light, but he is very low on HP, so he doesn't quite want to rush in anymore. Misery also has Hiker's Dive ready. 4-minute action rune, Chessie looking to pick it up, but it's on the... Nope, it's on the correct side, so that's the invis picked up for the bottle. Underlord will have to wait with an empty one. Light is doing a decent amount of damage onto the Void Spirit, but... Got the correct item build here. I'm sorry, spell build here. I don't want to put any points in taunt against the Underlord. You just farm.
Exactly, this is very much a farm exchange. Of course, Chessie needs to watch his regen. Oh, he went in deep.
Yep. He got speared by Xibe into the fountain here. And then he got relocated onto the other side of the rocks. So the tower aggroed him. Well, forced the TP. That was a really good spear. That paid a lot for the jug.
Teleport down, healing ward down. In terms of trading, yeah. And now, on bottom, Satchel went in deep, but... Not sure it's gonna pay off for them.
Lightless coming in from behind, trying to snatch a bounty rune to fill in, and here comes Misery. Denied.
Oh, nice kiting by Ace. And now Chessie's bot. That's a double.
Yep, highlight die. Jesse gets some
I
kills,
grabbed
Ace
it.
lives. Yeah.
That had about 30 seconds of build up with Satchel being on about 10% HP the entire time. Back, forth, but Ace crucially stutter steps just in time to prevent getting stunned. He lives, and Jesse gets a really nice first rotation without copping any damage on his mid tower from his catapult.
That's the filled bottle. It's a being with only 2 charges, however. Slow with the trade. Alright, taking a bit of damage here. Sibe forcing the Juggernaut away. And you can see that this gap in farm between these 2 heroes might just continue increasing here, since Sibe is 33 and 11. Jug's only got 22.
He is not having a good time.
Ace has got a nice amount of farm too.
Yeah. And like most importantly, it's not going to get better for Smiling Knight. Whereas
No,
for Ace, I see he's already retreating. He's gone for the Mask of Madness.
Oh, he's got a Dark Saber, right-clicking Smiling Knight. He gets it.
Stand and fight.
Stand and fight indeed. And there's the courier. Misery can't quite get to the ogre's courier there. Wants to go for it.
Jesse
Gonna
go
be a
lightless.
very difficult read. He's right behind it. Oh, he wanted to get it, but he doesn't. Meanwhile, Jesse finishes lightless. Does he die to the tower? No. Bottle charges will regenerate Jesse.
Very good use of the Resonant Pulse there as well. Get himself some shield before the tower shot hits him.
Casual 4,000 gold lead 7 minutes in.
I think they're mad.
Yeah, they are mad, and they better be. Like, this is really fueling their drive here. Empire just seems to fall behind already at the very first minutes. Jug hasn't got that much farm. Slardar hasn't got that much farm. He's trying to fight the Witch Doctor here. Arrow does connect Egen a lot. How is this Witch Doctor still alive is the big question here, but Shashla finally slaps him. Ash comes through. We're saying?
No, I just wanted to say that it's basically all up to Lightless. And not just because, you know, he's the one who got out of the laning stage with the best results here on Empire, but also because most of the tower pushing power is in his hands. So if they want space on the map to outmaneuver 5 men to dodge them while they can't fight them, Lightless is going to have to set the tone for where that's going to happen.
Yeah. Eknard now coming back to top. Misery still hanging around here. Anti-Mage has decided to leave the lane, been farming the jungle for a bit, and it's actually a Mask of Madness Anti-Mage out of all things. And a Battle Fury is coming for the Juggernaut, so yeah. Going the other way around, but okay, yeah. Cool.
I don't even want points for that.
Yeah, I know that, like, you've called it, but then again, I wasn't expecting that Mask of Madness.
Me neither.
No.
So that's why I'm also saying I don't want the points because I called Battle Fury both sides.
But I do like it. I do like the idea.
Sidestep arrow from Pi. Like, any second he grabs here is time that this bottom tower is going to get to live, and yep. They actually get to bring in Jesse here as well.
Slow is going to TP you out. Jesse will miss on kills, and then they're fighting in top. They've got the arena used. So they get away in bots, but they don't get away in top. And that was actually Shasha's courier for Pylite Die at the same time. So that gold increase is going to grow even bigger.
Lightless still hasn't moved. And
Ogre
I'm
coming
really... I just keep looking at this guy because I want to know his item build.
Yeah. Running Knight.
But he's not queuing anything up.
If only Juggernaut had damage. Still needs maybe like one person on top if they really wanted to try and kill Mars. Mars is 1100 HP. Phoenix almost 1100 HP. Super
Misery
difficult
trying
targets.
to find the healing ward there.
Yeah.
Not successful.
Jesse is here now. Fire scan's been used, so Smiling Knight and Eknart will abandon the top lane momentarily, go into the jungle and farm a little bit. As the 10-minute bounties are coming out, the reason why Chessie wanted to rotate in the first place. So let's see, is it a 2 for 2? He's already in the river. Yeah, so the 2 for 2 in bounties. 120 gold each.
Yep. And even though Chessie keeps rotating, there's always another hero in mid. In this case, it was Paradise. Previously, it was Ace to make sure that Lightless can't shove that mid tower down. And it means that this Underlord is more or less locked into this mid lane because he does also have to keep his own mid tower safe. So, yeah, there's still no movement on the map for Empire. None whatsoever.
Can't really get to Misery here. Seiyu just waiting for his opportunity to throw in an arrow, but they need to time it with Slardar and the stun. Starting to load into that bash.
Jug's coming in too.
Your Smiling Knight charging straight towards. They've got 3 heroes from 5 men also in mid. The Underlord is opting to back out, and the arrow will connect on Misery by Seiyu. And there's the dive. The Sarshlo doesn't quite get there in time to connect with the arrow stun. And the smoke. Chessie, Pile Die coming in. Lightless is also very fast off his feet. So in here, Chessie, they will pop it. Go straight onto the Underlord. Taunt won't hit. They're just waiting on the other side. Slardar will take it. Chessie jumps out with the ulti. Juggernaut hiding in the trees. Zebe looking for the ulti. It catches the Slardar inside of the spear onto the wall. And Slardar is out of play. 7th kill for 5 men and Empire on the run. Chessie. His ulti charges back up, but difficult targets to go on. Meanwhile, Ace just farming. Triple network lead for 5 men.
All 3 lanes lost, and 5 men are winning these fights for E5. No,
Yeah,
no damage.
Yeah. Wish Jug had damage. I might have said that before.
Yeah, I faintly recall. But I kind of don't agree with them bringing Lightless in. He was really necessary to keep that mid wave out, and now it does such though. Okay, now Chessie's not going in, but this is risky for a Slardar.
Yeah. And
because this made for the situation in which Ace could completely safely pressure that mid tower and farm up.
yes,
Whereas
agreed.
if you keep Lightless split, he can always still come in.
You can see that the anti-mage has also now decided to go for the Battle Fury with the Mask of Madness, so gonna get both. Ipe finds a kill on Seiyu. Chessie getting initiated on by Shashlo, getting 1 stun, 2 stun. Eknar with a 3rd stun. Chessie jumps to the high ground. Stick charge is used. Spin used by Smiling Knight, who is out of there. And Slardar just giving some vision for the teammates while the others are backing out. They can't get a response kill on Chessie and they lose the Mirana.
Compare the previous game that Satchel had to this, and it must feel very frustrating to him. Hasn't been able to snowball his lane nearly as hard, and in comparison with having the synergy with the Lifestealer, it's not as clear where your power spike is as a Slardar with a Juggernaut.
Yeah. Smoking up here. Allied Eye's carrying one. Death Ward still on cooldown. Chessie's very low on HP and mana. Probably just gonna shift back into the either stay jungle farming or all the way back to the fountain like he's doing right now. Ace needs 1 more piece for the Battle Fury. So Mask of Madness with boots, with an extra Wraith Band and a Battle Fury. And we're looking at less than 15 minutes. That is very, very fast.
It's living the life. There is a blink on this teleporting Mars right here, and I'm sure Zibe wants some spears back.
Yep. Are stacking
There's
up.
opportunity.
Yeah, they're stacking up mid with Empire. Do they even need to smoke for this? I don't think they need to. If they just run at them, then 5 men can just do what they want here. There's no vision for Empire. They've got a vision. Sorry, they've got a ward placed up in top. That's about it. Okay, now they put one down. But did they see the smoke?
5 men.
Did they see the smoke?
No.
Oh, seems like they don't because Jug is... Oh, the Ogre's done. And the spin. They have to wait with the arena. But they don't need to even use it here.
Yeah, Chessie's got a full heals and then a blink on the Mars as well. They now have two incredibly efficient methods of initiation.
Alas, Sashlo.
Sashlo
Gonna hunt someone. Ogre stun, but onto Pylite Eye. Sibe coming in. It was about to drop the arena. And there we go. Onto the wall we go. Jesse is there. Damage will be enough and sufficient, but they might end up losing the Mars here. Lightless and Eknard. Seiyu coming in with the Starstorm as well, doing a lot of damage on the Mars, but he's still alive. And here comes the Phoenix as well. Some Misery looking for the Meteor Hammer. It connects on Eknard, and Lightless is burning alive. Eknard trying to get a run away from Jesse. Jesse still there. Gets stunned up. Seiyu looking for the arrow. Cancel. Can't throw that arrow already. There we go. Jesse almost catches it. And the Dissimulate right on top of the Ogre Mage. And Smiling Knight comes in. The level 8 Juggernaut. Less levels than Misery's Phoenix. Omni slashes out. They're going to tank it. Oh, Pylite Eye. Oh, the spear.
Oh.
30 HP is enough for him today. And Jesse's stuck on the high ground. The Meteor Hammer will miss as well. Empire. They have one kill. Can they double their kill score? Slardar getting burnt by Misery. Misery, they're still
hard.
they are. There's just no way they can catch them. And here comes Ace. Ace is just farming a camp, and he's walking away. Meanwhile, the fight is still going on. Smiling Knight, Shashlik chasing onto Pylite Eye, gets the stun. The egg is there. The spin is there as well. Lightless coming in. Seiyu coming in as well. And now they might turn around. The egg is gone. And Empire, they've already almost tripled their kill score here. They've got 2. Can they get more?
I think that's about as good as they're gonna get there, honestly. 5 men really start enjoying the fact that they got to stay a bit too much here. And
yeah, now Jesse stunned up, Fire Blast rooted up. Another root coming in. Got the Yules and another one.
that's a feed.
That's a bit of a feed, yeah. A thief and a feed, yeah. Empire from 1 to 4 now. And here comes the arena. Zibe, the fight continues. The show must go on. Lightless versus Zibe. There comes the coconut. And it bounces onto the Juggernaut. Lightless. All of our damage is out there. Death Ward even placed down just to make sure the Meteor Hammer doesn't quite connect. And we're back to a 10,000 lead for 5 men.
We are, but the Slardar is farming his Blink Dagger now, so they're definitely starting to get some space on Empire to get at least 1 or 2 items up, and it might make a difference. As long as Satchel doesn't die to Chessie here, who is coming with a vengeance.
Slardar getting lifted up in the air, taunted up, Dissimulate. Spear. Almost cuts off the tail of the Slardar, but Slardar lives. MLS, or does he? Pylite Eye is walking towards.
No sentries? Oh. Team, what is this?
The sentries are getting dewarded right now. I mean, look at how many sentries they've already placed on the map. 1 in mid, 2nd in the jungle, 3rd in the jungle. They had a 4th one which just got removed. Wait, they have a 2nd one in mid. Yeah, I think
my enemy has a Mirana life. Look at this smoke. I don't think they want Pi though. You can see like, yeah, that's not worth it.
Not a high priority target here, but they'll take it if they have to, and it seems like they will have to. Well, Pylite Eye's happy to tank it. Kill number 5 for Empire. Wow.
Yeah, and normally after finding this entrance skill, this is a very classic Dire entrance skill for the mid tower, right? But you also want to have enough manpower that you can have the mid wave out, so you can transition directly into the tower, but you don't. And your own mid tower is also already down, and now Lightless gets speared.
Walks straight into the loving arms of Sibe. Jesse getting stunned up by Eknard, and the Sunray Burn is right there right after him. Really good stun coming in from Satchel with that Blink Dagger, but he gets healed up into the air. The egg is going to be placed down. The spear is going to be there as well. This Slaughter is going to get stun locked. Nevertheless, no matter what you do, doesn't even need to get stun locked. He just gets bashed away by that Bulwark. Now Mars looking for more. Smiling Knight coming in with the Omni Slash. He wants to get a teammate to tie it up with, and it will go onto Jesse. And Smiling Knight now spinning in the middle. He's trying to take some. He's going to try and deal some damage, but he takes a lot as well from the Death Ward. And the Death Ward is still bouncing. Misery trying to look for the Ogre Magi. Juggernaut waving his paw in the air while Eknart's down. Smiling Knight gonna follow up into the graveyard. Jesse will slice him down. Double kill. And now Seiyu, the last surviving hero. Everybody else is already dead. And Ace has just been farming, so he comes to say hello.
Yeah. I kind of wish that Ace was still farming, because as long as we're 4v5, we're having a game here. And every time he shows up, we get reminded that, you know, there is no good outcomes here for Empire. You know, if they win a fight, Ace has still been farming. But they're just still going though, Satchel.
They are. Maledict is out. Taunt coming through. Sunray burning a little bit. Misery can't save his friend. Chesty stuck on the cliff, but he gets assimilate. And suddenly it's a double kill for him. And Empire, well, this Empire is coming down to rubble once again. Lightless trying to run away. Gets the root onto Ace. Ace still keeping up the chase. He could blink on him. Don't want to.
Lightless now spinning circles, chasing his own tail. I really respected Smiling Knight for putting up the high five while he was juking Chessie circles around those trees. It's like, both of them know that it's absolutely pointless and he's going to die anyway, but damn it if he isn't going to make it as hard on him as possible. And yeah, that's the mindset that you gotta be in if you want to make this game last at all. If you don't at least have a lot of spite in your system, like we're not going to make it that easy for them, then you just fall over, because we've seen 5 men walk over Empire with just the 4 of them up until this point.
Alright, next course of action. When are we seeing Roshan taken out? Like, Empire has a good Roche lineup, but they're far behind. I mean, they're doing it right now, apparently. I think I just answered my own question. Alright. Yeah.
There's a Vlad's on Shibe. Gets scouted with the arrow, but that's just the sad kind of information with arrows. Like, yep, they're totally doing it. We can't do anything about it. At the very least, Smiling Knight has his Battle Fury right now. If he gets to have another 10 minutes with this, he might come out of the woods with something good. But I'm not sure.
Jump straight onto Mirana, but Lightless will throw him in the air with the Yules, arrowed up, rooted up, taunting the Mirana. But
see,
here comes Sibe. Forward man, ulti, Smiling Knight. Thinking about spinning out, but he's waiting a bit. Hammer connecting onto 2, and here comes Ace. Finally, we got some Ace action. Slice, slice, slice. And almost manages to disjoint that Omni Slice from Smiling Knight, but there's the egg popped up. Seiyu thinking about it, but he's gonna get stunned up. I'm not sure if they noticed that they had the debuff on them because they don't have any vision on the high ground right now. They're just blindly trying to hunt someone down. Phoenix getting arrowed up from the Fire Blast on Eknard. And actually a pretty good fight for Empire. Maybe even more Twilight Die versus Joshua. Here comes Ace. The Ace is there to help his buddy out. High ground turn? No. No spells remaining. Ghost Scepter, TP home, and Ace back to farming. Really good fight for Empire.
Yep, and it all starts with Chessie once again going in just too hard. I respect the fact that he goes that far out when the Roche is not yet done, tries to create a fight in hopes that his team will back him up fast enough, but fast enough does a lot of work there, and well, he is a big source of their damage.
Yeah.
Ace?
Wait, where did he die?
Oh, he feels strong right now.
He is Macho Man, Echo Saber.
Hey, you know, Anti-Mage is really one of those, you know, one of those douchebags who says, yeah, I'll get you. He's a bully, exactly. Oh. Like, he'll wait until he's spent like half a year in the gym before he actually does something. He's gonna threaten you, like, come fight me, bro, and then he won't actually fight you until he's been training.
Yeah, that's like a person who kind of learns from their mistakes, kind of, I guess.
Yeah. No. I just, oh shit, I said I was gonna fight him. I better get swole now.
Have to face what you do, and now another root is actually on the Phoenix. Arrow will miss because of the Yules, but here comes Sibe. Sibe doesn't quite get his ulti off, and he's only got the Slardar in it, but at least Slardar's out of the way in the taxi service. Bye-bye. Lightless TP's home. Ace is inside the base. Be able to get this tower down. Maybe even the racks as well. Smiling Knight, 6 seconds for Omni Slash. Last time he took a fight, it didn't end up too well. Ace really wants to get to him, and Juggernaut is just dying without anything else being used. The Maledict doesn't actually even seem to hit him. The Death Ward does a lot of damage on all of these heroes. Dark forced all the way back. The melee rack still unhurt. They will go first for the range. Should know that the Omni Slash is up. Arrow almost connecting by Seiyu. Lightless trying to look for the root. Finds Chessie. As soon as they see Chessie getting hit, they will instantly turn around and keeping their distance. A spear onto the Mirana, who has been spotted on the sidelines. And Mirana's out of play. Ace looking for Smiling Knight. He's got a lot of damage. He's got something on his mind. He sees the Omni Slash come out. And just to get rid of the Omni Slash jumps for now. Smiling Knight now spinning away. Spin to win, baby. And take that Mana Void into the face. Nope, he doesn't take it at all. Shocklow being chased by Ace. Ace will finally throw it. And GG. Empire tap out. And it is a tie series. 5 men. They are able to corral 1 point from this series. But so do Empire, winning their first one in the last 3 series.
Yep, and I think this game really illustrates how much 5 men did that first game to themselves. Because when they get their lanes in order, when they get their draft in order, the difference in quality is just astounding. I do also think that Empire's draft here is not really doing them any favors. The tricore of, Juggernaut, Slardar, Underlord is not, you don't feel the synergy there. But at the same time, yeah, the difference has to be real big for 5 men to just walk away with it this easily. And they did. I can't really say anything else, but it could have been even worse for Empire if Chessie doesn't, overstep here and there.
Yeah, a very good control from 5 men overall, and I have to enjoy the way Ace played it out. Like, there were some moments where I almost giggled to myself watching that there's a team fight going on, and Ace just comes for a drive-by to farm a camp and instantly leaves. So I was like, all right, okay, sure thing. Like, yeah, you do you.
That's exactly how you're supposed to do it as an anti-mage. You farm nearby, but you don't get involved unless you can blink in, pop somebody. Yeah. Anti-mage doesn't actually enjoy being in the fights all that much. He comes in to clean up.
Very true.
There wasn't that much cleanup. They didn't leave much for him to clean up. Let me put it that way.
Yeah, totally agree on that. But we finished this series 1-1, so this is our first tie in quite some time. And we have one more series to go. And it is actually going to be... Give me a tiny second so I'll look at my graphs. 5 men versus Hellraisers. So another opportunity for 5 men to continue from where they left off this series, tying it up against Hellraisers, who we saw play yesterday, take down Empire 2-0. So we'll take a tiny break. We should be continuing somewhere about 3 past 9 CEST or so. So we got like a 15-minute break, a bit less than that going on as 5 men are playing back-to-back series. So we'll be back in a tiny bit. So stay tuned and we'll see you in a bit.